As the clock struck midnight, Emily stood alone on the deserted platform, the chill of winter wrapping around her like a shroud. She had missed the earlier trains, and now only the last train home remained. The flickering lights overhead cast eerie shadows, and the wind whispered secrets in her ear. Suddenly, the distant rumble of an approaching train broke the silence. Its headlights pierced through the darkness, illuminating the platform with an unsettling glow. As it screeched to a halt, the doors slid open with a groan, revealing a dimly lit interior that seemed to beckon her inside. Reluctantly, Emily stepped aboard. The train was nearly empty, save for a few passengers who sat hunched over in their seats, their faces obscured by shadows. She chose a window seat, hoping to distance herself from the unsettling atmosphere. The train jolted forward and the city lights began to fade into the night. As the train rolled on, Emily felt a strange heaviness in the air. The other passengers shifted uncomfortably, their eyes darting around, but no one spoke. She noticed a man sitting across from her, his gaze fixed intently on her, a chilling smile creeping across his lips. It sent a shiver down her spine. "Are you heading home?" he asked, his voice low and gravelly. Yes, she stammered, trying to ignore the unease curling in her stomach. The train rattled and plunged into a dark tunnel, plunging them into near darkness. The lights flickered, and for a moment she thought she saw the faces of the other passengers morph into grotesque expressions of fear and despair. Panic surged in her chest. When the train emerged from the tunnel, everything was different. The landscape outside had shifted. The familiar streets were replaced by twisted trees and a ghostly fog. The man's smile widened. "Don't you want to see where we're going?" he asked, his teeth glinting in the dim light. Just then, the train lurched violently, and Emily's heart raced. She turned to the window, only to see her own reflection staring back at her, pale and wide-eyed. But behind her, the dark figures of the other passengers began to rise, their faces now twisted masks of terror. "Get off!" one of them screamed, but it was too late. The train was accelerating, and with each passing moment, the world outside grew darker, more unrecognizable. Emily bolted up, but the doors had vanished, sealed shut by an unseen force. She was trapped on the last train, racing toward an unknown destination. The man leaned closer, whispering, "Home is just a memory now." As the train thundered into the abyss, all she could do was scream into the void, knowing she would never make it home. The last train had taken her somewhere far worse than she could have ever imagined.